Imagine standing inside a Congolese coltan mine, the air thick with dust and tension. Men hack away at raw ore while armed guards watch their every move. Outside, the global race for rare earth minerals propels unseen forces, traders, bankers, politicians, each feeding off Africa's buried treasures. But who really profits? And who's left in the shadows? This tangled web is what Tom Burgis unveils in The Looting Machine, a story that exposes a continent's hidden curse beneath its riches. Africa's resource wealth should be a ticket to prosperity. Instead, it's a mirage, shiny on the surface but empty beneath. How did this continent with trillions in minerals stay stuck at the bottom of the industrial ladder? In the Katanga region of the DRC, the copper mines gleam with promise. Yet local communities barely see a penny. Multinational companies extract vast riches while roads crumble and health clinics close. Burgis shows how, despite staggering exports, the region remains trapped in poverty. Wealth drains away faster than it arrives. Think of resource dependency like a sugar addiction. It gives a quick high, a cash influx, tempting governments to ignore building factories, education, or infrastructure. The boom becomes a bust when prices drop. This economic hangover hits hard, stalling development and amplifying instability. Africa's over-reliance on oil and minerals is this addiction writ large. A new middle class has emerged in some African cities, fueled by resource wealth. But Burgis warns their footing is as fragile as a Congolese mine shaft. One global price shock or corrupt deal away, many risk tumbling back into destitution. Prosperity here isn't a staircase, it's quicksand, illusionary and unstable. Africa's resources don't just disappear into thin air, they flow into a global machine of greed. Burgis traces how traders, bankers, and crooked politicians collude to plunder entire nations. Meet Benny Steinmetz, a titan trading minerals nobody talks about. Operating far from public view, his network buys up diamonds, coltan, and more with shadowy deals in Geneva and Tel Aviv, often bypassing regulations. Burgis uncovers how these traders turn natural wealth into private fortunes, unseen yet unstoppable. In countries like Nigeria and Angola, corrupt political elites act like gatekeepers. They award extraction contracts to friends, siphon off royalties, and fuel election machines. This isn't accidental. It's a razor-sharp system designed to keep the loot flowing to a few while starving the country's future. Here's the kicker. Africa exports $333 billion in minerals and fuel yearly, over 7 times the total aid it receives. Yet this massive outflow rarely builds schools or hospitals at home. Instead, aid is treated as charity while resource money disappears. Burgis flips the narrative. Africa isn't just a charity case, it's a raw materials bank endlessly looted. The looting exacts a steep human cost. Burgis reveals how resource wealth sharpens inequality, fuels conflict, and threatens to pull Africa backward just as the world speeds ahead. For every French woman who dies in childbirth, 100 die in Niger alone. This staggering human toll matters deeply. Burgis links such deaths to decades of looting, money meant for hospitals and infrastructure slipping away. It's a deadly math. Resource money doesn't save lives, stolen wealth kills them. Resource price swings are brutal. When oil prices plunge, entire economies contract overnight. Inflation skyrockets, jobs vanish, and social unrest explodes. Burgis shows us how these boom-bust cycles aren't natural disasters. They're economic traps, trapping millions in cycles of hope and despair. That fragile middle class, it's caught between worlds, too rich to ignore inequality but too precarious to build real security. The hope they embody could quickly dissolve into despair. Burgis warns their futures are written not by hard work, but by global commodities markets and corrupt deals out of their control. Back in that Congolese mine, the dust settles, but the story doesn't. Africa's riches have become a curse, looted by a well-oiled machine of greed that stretches from local pits to global boardrooms. Next time you hear about Africa's natural wealth, remember, behind the numbers are real lives hanging by fragile threads. Try this. Next time you read about resource booms, ask who really profits and who pays the price. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.